We're going to make a statement to America that little DeSoto County is not going to bow its knees to an atheistic group that doesn't care anything but
a prayer protest. DeSoto County fans gathered off the field before tonight's football games in protest of a law that forced them to stop praying over the loudspeaker. Good evening, I'm Joe Birch.
I'm Ursula Madden. This is a story that has taken new twists and turns all week. Tonight, fans left the stands to take a stand, and Action News 5's Jamel Major was there. Jamel?
Well, Ursula, while parents and students joined forces to try to find a way to pray before football games, the group Freedom from Religion is now demanding an apology from the superintendent of DeSoto County Schools. As the sun began to set on DeSoto Central's campus, students took time out to pray.
If they're saying that we can't pray over a loudspeaker, then we're going to pray alone.
As other fans in the stands prayed after the national anthem.
I want to pray, I'll pray wherever I want to. They can't stop me.
Now, Freedom from Religion has sent a second letter to School Superintendent Milton Kirkendall, not only asking the district to stop praying before school events, but also to demand an apology for the comments the superintendent made in a letter sent out earlier this week. Kirkendall is quoted as saying, "In my opinion, most people do not realize that this organization out of Wisconsin doesn't really care if we have prayer in our schools. They see an opportunity to try and accuse us of breaking the law and therefore give them a chance to sue our district and win a lawsuit and take millions of our funds. This is money that is needed to pay teachers and educate our students."
It hurts our reputation to have public officials saying that we just complain to make money, much less millions. We never make any money on our litigation. That's ridiculous.
Controversy that has disappointed some parents and students with DeSoto County for Prayer, who wore T-shirts with the Lord's Prayer written on the back.
And I believe, again, that this country was founded on God and on prayer.
And DeSoto County School Superintendent Milton Kirkendall did not wish to comment tonight. Live in DeSoto County, Jamel Major, Action News 5.
All right, Jamel, so fans gathered in prayer across DeSoto County before the games tonight. Another vigil was held in Hernando.
We think it's really stupid because for something to be taken away from us, it means so much to us. I know, it hurts.
Lord, these prayers on these ball games is not about prayer of conversion. It's about prayer of protection. And Father, I just pray that people will understand that.
Well, dozens of people turned out to gather off the field in
the case Santa Fe Independent School District versus Jane Doe, a case study you were presented with, and a case decided by the U.S. Supreme Court in the year 2000. We had a situation where in the mid-90s, the school district started to adopt several new policies dealing with prayer at different school functions, and in particular at the beginning of their high school football games. And so a policy was developed in which a prayer was read over the loudspeaker prior to the game. So, not only for the players, but also the crowd. This seems like a pretty clear violation of the Establishment Clause based on the cases we've talked about already. But there was one difference, and this is where Santa Fe thought they were in the clear, because the prayers prior to the game were student-led. Instead of the school leading it, it was a student. And there was actually an election held to decide who would be kind of the school chaplain to lead these prayers. And so they felt that this kind of protected them against any challenges to them violating the Establishment Clause. So when you look at what Supreme Court precedent that we've talked about that would be on point, it's pretty clear-cut. Lee versus Wiseman, which was the case in which a rabbi spoke at a middle school graduation, and the parents of a young girl named Wiseman challenged it and said that this was in fact endorsing religion and a violation of the Establishment Clause. And so the U.S. Supreme Court said basically in agreement that any school-sponsored prayer at a school event endorsed religion, thereby violating the Establishment Clause, and was unconstitutional. So the constitutional issue in this case is the same. It's the Establishment Clause, in which the state cannot have an official religion, nor do anything to help nor harm any particular religion. And it's really a situation of church and state and the separation of the both. So you have a separation of church and state issue. And that little video clip you saw at the beginning of this video really kind of shows how this is not an issue that has really gone away over time. And people are still fired up because the decision went against the schools. And the U.S. Supreme Court said that even student-initiated and student-led prayers at school-sponsored events are a violation of the Establishment Clause and are therefore unconstitutional. And so the video clip at the beginning was meant to just kind of introduce you to the concept and see that it's still out there, but that there is case law. Santa Fe Independent School District versus Jane Doe. The winner of that decision was Jane Doe, and it was ruled that even a student-led prayer is unconstitutional and violates the Establishment Clause.